watching news broadcast of Sigma Media Lab, Raigada. New Delhi. Late Premanand Swain, a member of the Executive Committee of the Shri Jagannath Temple in Tyagaraja and Vice Chairman of the Shahpura Jat Utkal Durga Puja Committee, was well versed in the Oriya immigrants who perished in the corona outbreak last year. It was held yesterday at Subhadra Mandap. Mr Samir Kumar Swain, the only son of Late Swain, convened the meeting, which was attended by Mr Kripasindhu Pradhan, a senior member of the Utkal Durga Puja Committee, and Mr Soumya Narendra Nayak, Kabula. He also put a wreath at his graveside and paid tributes to him, appreciating his work ethics.
जो कितने जन धरापृष्ठ जन्मग्रहण कर परोपकार से व्यवहार से विश्वास आज से समस्त पाखे स्मरणीय हो रही से जन व्यक्तित्व अधिकारी थे आम प्रेमानंद स्वाइन
पैसा दे पारि तो ठीक अच्छे तो मत आर्टिकल दियो मत कौन छपी से मैंने से नहीं सोवेनर पर्यंत
सहित कथा कि हठात ये
A 1-minute silent prayer, bhajan program, and a mass prasad sevan were all welcomed in this respect. The Secretary of Shri Abhiram Satsang and Sanskritik Samaj, Delhi, Mr Jairam Samal was present during the meeting. Secretary of Shri Jagannath Mandir in Delhi as well as Shri Nilachal Seva Sangh Mr Devendra Pradhan, prominent Odissi dancer Mrs Alpana Nayak, head of the Alpana organization, Vice President of Shri Jagannath Mandir Tyagaraja Delhi, Mr D N Sahu, senior journalists Mr Laxminarayan Beborta, Mr Meenketan Mishra, Mr Nirmal Dhal, Mrs Rita Patra, and other spokespersons gave their speeches. Mr Devendra Raut, chairman of the Intellect and Progressive Oriya Intellectual Forum, spoke at the event and suggested that a memorandum on the life of Late Swain be released immediately as feasible. Among others, Senior Administrator, Mr Sandeep Nayak, IAS, retired Senior Ophthalmologist Dr. Anita Panda, President of Shri Abhiram Cultural Centre Delhi Mr Vijay Samal, Shri Nilachal Seva Sangha member Mr Ashok Sahu, Mr Rankanidhi Sahu, Mr Dillip Swain, Mr Abhiram Sutar, Contractor Mr Ms Jaman, Mrs Vishnupriya Sahu on behalf of the Kalinga Bharati Foundation, Mrs Kalyani on behalf of the Alpana organization, Chairman of the Tare Zameen Foundation Mr Bishekeshan, Plumbing Contractor Mr Subrat Samal, Babula, Dr Prakash Sadangi of Delhi Sheetal Shashti Puja Committee, Mr Gautam Nayak, Mr Pramod Sutar, attended the function and paid their last respects to the late Swain. Reports from N Beborta as Senior Correspondent of Sigma Media Lab, New Delhi.